The most evil kids of all time. I'd probably be contender here when I was younger because I was a pretty evil kid. Like when I was a kid, bro, I basically like threw a water bottle at this kid's head and like his shit started like it actually got swollen. I was kind of a menace as a kid. I don't know though. No, David, I was kind of like that. You're gonna be on this list? I might be. Honestly, I might be. I don't know. All right though, let's watch this video.
Who left this little random baby in the park? How you doing, little guy? Are you okay?
Why are you so ugly? You look ugly and you look stupid.
Funny, yeah. Well, at least my parents didn't ditch me in the woods. So yeah, enjoy eating rocks for dinner. Peace out. When you think of kids, you probably think of
what the hell was that?
Innocence and maybe brutal honesty. But one thing you probably don't think about is evil. Well, in this video, I'm gonna be talking about kids that did evil things, and whether or not it's my place to say if someone is truly evil or not, I don't know. But what I do know is that everything I'm about to mention that these kids did was definitely evil. Now let's get into it. Starting off our list, we have Josh Phillips, who was only 4.
Is that supposed to be a kid?
Definitely evil. Now let's get into it. Starting off our list, we have Josh.
If you're gonna show a picture of a kid, at least draw him looking like a kid, bro. This looks like a grown man. Look at the face. Ewing in the photo. Oh my god. Josh Phillips. That honestly is a serial killer name. Like there's certain names that you could just tell like they're a serial killer. I don't have a serial killer name, right? Tommy NFG. That's not like a serial killer name. You have a white name, bro.
Phillips, who was only 14 years old when he committed his evil
14,
act. Phillips
damn, bro.
grew up in Pennsylvania, but he was moved to Florida with his mother and abusive drug-addicted father. One very important and interesting detail about the story is that there was absolutely no signs that Phillips could potentially be capable of what he ended up doing, at least none that were reported. He was described as quiet and friendly by neighbors in Florida. The mother of Josh's victim even said that
it'd always be those people though. Oh, it's always the most quiet. You know about the quiet kids. Wait, do y'all have a quiet kid in like your class that like you low-key think is like would have the abilities to do it? I definitely did for sure, bro. It's like every school, bro. Even at college, it doesn't change. There's always a quiet kid, you know what I'm saying, that like you can just tell something might happen. I am the quiet kid. Okay, there's a difference between like a quiet kid and a quiet kid. You know what I mean? Like, you know, growing up, I was always a pretty quiet kid. I talked to like a couple friends sometimes. If it's a class I didn't know anybody, then I really didn't talk to anybody because, you know, I couldn't. But like there's a quiet kid, like the quiet kid, hoodie down, weirdo, bro, doing weird in the corner, doing all different types of with their hands. I don't know, bro. It's a certain aura. Not kidding. I know a kid in my school looks like him and actually threatens the teachers. My school ain't safe. Hey, all y'all gotta know, look, listen. First off, never be mean to the quiet kids, all right? That's why all the popular kids always get gunned down first. They always get gunned down first because they're mean to the quiet kid. I was always chill with, like, you know, the outcasts and shit like that. So if anything ever happened, you know, I was good. I was always good. And it wasn't even like, they were actually cool people. All right? They were cool people.
Her daughter and Josh were good friends, and she had no reason to be scared of him. Teachers even described him as a popular kid who didn't stand out, and he had no prior criminal history. So what exactly did Josh do to end up on the list of most evil kids? According to Phillips, on November 3rd, 1998, he was home alone when Maddie Clifton, who lived across the street from Phillips, came to his house asking him to come outside and play baseball. Phillips agreed, even though he knew he wasn't allowed to hang out with friends when his parents weren't home. As the two were playing baseball, according to Phillips,
not allowed to hang out with friends when parents aren't home? Like, did y'all ever have that rule growing up? That's that's crazy strict, bro. That's crazy. Like growing up, bro, I would be every time I got home, I would go outside and hang out with my friends. What the type of parenting is that? No wonder the kid ended up being like a weirdo or whatever he did. Okay, let me just say I'm not talking about in your house. I can understand maybe, you know, your parents don't want you bringing random people in the house when they're not there. I mean, they should trust the friends eventually. Like after you've known the friend ever since you've been a kid, they should trust them eventually. It's kind of weird after a while. Maybe like new people, maybe like grown up. I don't know. I never had that problem though.
He hit Clifton's eye, causing her to bleed, cry, and scream. Phillips panicked, knowing that his father would come home soon, and he was fearing his reaction. Phillips dragged Clifton into the house, saying that her clothes came off as he dragged her into the house, and then he hit her in the head with the baseball bat to stop her from screaming before putting her under the base of his bed. When Josh's dad came home, he chatted with him for a bit and then went back to his room to see that Maddie was still alive in his bed. He at that point removed the mattress and then stabbed her 7 times with a knife, killing her. Maddie's disappearance was reported.
Well, now you don't gotta worry about your dad. You gotta worry about your ass being bent over in prison. And they better put your ass in prison with grown ass men. Because what the is this? What even correlates you to do this? This isn't like a kid. This dude is 14. He was 14 at this time. How scared of your parents do you have to be where you're like, damn, the only option is murdering? That's the only fucking option he had. It's not like, you know, hiding her in his closet or something. Before, if they did come home, like, out of all options, this was his option.
Reported 5 p.m. that day, and there was a 6-day long search looking for her, which Phillips participated in. I think one of the most unfortunate parts about the story, besides the absolute tragedy of Maddie Clifton's death, is the fact that Phillips' mother was the one to discover the body in his bed when she was cleaning his room and noticed a wet spot. Prosecutors have a few issues with the story that Josh told, specifically being that it is very unlikely that her clothes came off when he dragged her into the house because there was no dirt on or around her clothes, and the fact that there was no blood on the bat or in the backyard, making his story have almost no validity, and unfortunately, we will probably never know the real story. Moving on, we have Edmund or Ed Kemper.
Yeah, this dude look like he just looks like the type. This is the type of quiet kid where you definitely can tell they're gonna do something. For sure. Why does he look like he came straight out the 70s? Looks straight out the 70s. Does he have the Dahmer glasses? I can't tell by the drawing. He must have the Dahmer glasses. Let me search up what he looks like in real life. Bro, look at this. Why do they all have the same type of glasses? It's the serial killer glasses. Actually, just a little bit different, but still.
Kemper was born on December 18th, 1948 in Burbank, California.
Damn!
He committed his atrocious act at only 15 years old. At least the first of his atrocious acts, but we'll get there. On August 27th, 1964, Kemper was sitting at the kitchen table with his grandmother when they unfortunately had an argument. Angered, Kemper stormed off and grabbed his rifle that his grandfather had given him for hunting. He re-entered the kitchen and shot his grandmother in the face once and then shooting her twice more in the back. Kemper then waited for his grandfather to return.
See, bro, this is why. Okay, let me not say that, but I was about to say, if I have a gun, bro, I'm gonna make sure that shit is locked away. I'm gonna make sure that shit is locked away. Rest in peace to Granny though. Like this kid is fucked. I wish nothing but the worst. He's probably not alive though.
Returned home from grocery shopping where he shot him in the face in the driveway. At this point, Kemper didn't know what to do, so he called his mother and she told him to call the police, which he did, and he waited to be arrested. When in custody, Ed shockingly reported that he just wanted to see what it would feel like to kill grandma. If it hasn't already become obvious yet, this video is pretty dark and it's only gonna get darker, so buckle up.
So he was just like, damn, I mean, I really just wanted to see what's up with it. What's wrong with you? There's a lot of things people want to see are interested in, and they don't do them.
Kemper was diagnosed as a paranoid schizophrenic and was sent to the criminally insane unit of the state hospital, where he shockingly only served 5 years. Kemper was able to be released so early because he was able to convince his psychiatrist that he was rehabilitated, and he was released on his birthday, December 18th, 1969, which to me is criminally negligent, knowing what
he was destined to do something again with a birthday in 1969. Yeah, I think he was destined to do something else.
About to discuss. If you had any hope that Kemper was successfully rehabilitated, I am extremely sorry to burst your bubble, but that is simply not the case. Upon his freedom, Kemper decided to viciously murder 6 women and even kept their heads as trophies. He then killed his own mother and his friend, and at that point turned himself back into the police. He says that his justification for the killing spree was that he wanted to get revenge on his abusive mother, and now that that was complete, his job was done. This kid...
Bro, okay. Wait, he wanted to get revenge on his abusive mother. What the f did those 6 women do, though? What the f did they do? This is not no excuse, bro. This is not no excuse. Oh, hell no, bro. I still need an explanation. So what was his justification when they were talking about those women?
It was definitely evil. Now,
this is why low-key, bro, I don't be trusting, like, when people send, like, they're like, oh, instead of sending them to prison, we'll send them to, like, a mental facility. Yeah, sometimes it probably works, but a lot of times, bro, you think they really change like that? And a lot of times I've heard mental facilities or whatever are actually terrible places, and they just make them even worse. Like, the people come out way worse, because the people, they're understaffed, and then the staff are abusive there. Ugh. You guys go check that out if you want.
That being Graham Young, also known as the...
Holy f***ing ears. Wait, let me see if the ears are accurate. The ears were accurate. The ears were... Holy shit, bro. This is absurd. Dobby? This is absurd, man. Absurd. He just looks like... Look at his face. He just looks stale in life. He seems soulless. Just seems soulless. You could just tell.
Serial poisoner in England. Born in London on September 7th, 1940.
Yo, that's the scariest thing, y'all. Y'all gotta think of it. There could be somebody out there that's mad. Like, let's say you order, like, you go to fast food, you order some food, bro. What if there's a serial killer out there that works in like a fast food place and they just poison your shit? They just go on a street. They just poison your shit. And you never know, honestly, what's in fast food. Like, the employees, bro, be dirty as fuck. They could have just took a shit and not washed their hands and they'd be serving you your food. They don't care.
47. Young's
GG's,
obsession
bro.
with poison and poisoning things began at a very young age, and unfortunately, that obsession was able to flourish and develop as it took a while for people to catch on. Young used his family and even classmates as lab rats for his poisons, all of which made them extremely sick, but didn't kill them yet. Graham's preferred method of delivering this poison was in his victims' food and drink, a very unsuspecting place. Graham's first official murder took place on April 26, 1962. Yes, Easter Sunday. Graham's stepmother passed away shortly after drinking some tea that Young had added chemicals to. Fortunately, some of his teachers and even his own aunt grew suspicious of him and called the police. Young was arrested, and at the age of 14, while being detained at the Broadmoor Hospital, he pledged guilty to 3 non-fatal poisonings and even admitted to killing his own stepmother with poison. Now, unfortunately, similar to Ed Kemper, because
how bad of an order do you have to your family members where they're like, hold up, maybe we gotta call the police on him? How bad of a order do you have to have? And goddamn, it's especially worse when it's like family. Random people are just like, oh, this dude, I don't know, somebody that's blood related. That's bad.
Because Young was held at a mental institution, his stay was
years,
rather short, serving less than 9 years. And upon his release, he went on to poison 70 more people, killing 2 of them. Young was one.
Okay, I thought he got 70 bodies. I was about to be livid. How did he go that long, though? What is his obsession? Did he have obsession? Did he have like a fetish for poisoning people? He was like, oh yeah, I like when the poison goes down their throat. What was it supposed to be?
Once again arrested on November 21st, 1971, where he was ultimately sent to jail, where he eventually died of a heart attack. Was he poisoned? Nobody knows, but it's a happy thought. Following this serial poisoner, we have a trio of evil children, those being Paul Gingrich, Chase Williams, and Colt Lundy. 15-year-old high school freshman Colt Lundy, with the help of 2 of his friends, shot his stepfather in the chest 4 times, killing him. Lundy's friends and co-conspirators were 12-year-old Chase Williams, who was on lookout during the evil act, and 12-year-old Paul Gingrich, who also shot Lundy's stepfather. One of the craziest parts.
Bro, at 12 years old, I was goddamn playing Minecraft. What? And how do they find these 2 other psycho friends to do this? Like, if my friend's like, yo, if my friend was like, yo, you want to help me, take on my stepfather? No, we're supposed to hop on Minecraft. And I'm like, what are you talking about? I would have reported his ass immediately. Playing Roblox at the time, knowing this kid was out here killing people.
Parts of the story is why they killed him. Was he an abusive drunk? Was he the worst father ever?
12,
well, according to the boys, they just wanted to run away, and they felt the need to kill him so he wouldn't catch them and get mad at them. That is definitely some 12-year-old logic. Another crazy detail is that Paul Gingrich, at only 12 years old, was the youngest person ever to be tried as an adult and was served 25.
Oh, nah, they took his ass, bro. They definitely took his ass. They sent a 12-year-old to grown men prison? Yeah, GG's good.
Years. Lundy received 30 years, and Chase, who stayed outside on watch, got 6 years in a juvenile corrections facility. What all of these boys did was evil, but do I believe that all of these boys were evil? I'm not sure, but it definitely seems that the older boy was a negative influence, to say the least. Next up, we have David Brom. Similar to Ed Kemper, David Brom's evil act was triggered by a simple argument. But as we learned with Ed Kemper, an argument can turn vile. And unfortunately, that's exactly the case with David Brom as well. Around 11:30 p.m. on the night of February 17th, 1988, Brom had gotten into an argument with his dad once again about the music he was listening to. For Brom, this was the final straw, and the next morning, Brom took an axe to his father, and is shockingly reported saying that his father kept getting up, and he had to keep hitting him to keep him down. So that's it, right? He just killed his dad because he was mad at him. Unfortunately not. Immediately after killing his father, he then killed his mother and 11-year-old brother and younger.
What the did they do, bro? The argument was the dad. At least just keep it to him. I wonder what music his dad was mad at. When was this? I don't know what years this was. This is like the 70s or 80s when rock first started getting big. He's probably like, God damn it, stop listening to that fucking rock music. It's poisoning you. And if it's like the 2000s when rap started becoming big, or the 90s, it's probably that.
All with that same axe. Now, weirdly, but also fortunately, hours later, Brom asked a female classmate to skip class with him, which she did, and during their time together, he confessed everything to her. He then turned himself in.
See, bro, this is what I'm talking about, bro. Y'all dudes be holding up, be bottling all this emotions inside you, bro. As soon as you go on a date, bro, or see a girl that's interesting, you spill out your heart. This is exactly what happens, bro. And I guarantee she went immediately to the police. What kind of risk is this? Scaring the hoes away? No, this is literally scaring the hoes away. What did he think she was about to be like? What did he think was about to happen after this? Like she was gonna be like, oh my god, I'm so horny after this. Let's go do it. What do you think was gonna happen?
And where he was arrested and sentenced to 53 years in prison. I really don't think that there's any debate on whether or not this 16-year-old who murdered his entire immediate family with an axe was evil or not. Up next, and our second last entry on the list, is Kipland Kinkle, a seriously twisted individual. Kinkle never liked school and performed very poorly, and even had to repeat the first grade and was eventually diagnosed with a learning disability. But that—
I'm sorry, bro, but like, there's people with learning disabilities. How the f do you fail the first grade? How the f do you fail the first grade? I knew kids with learning disabilities growing up, and they didn't fail a single grade. How do you fail first? That is actually I think that's almost impossible. I think that's actually might be the first ever person to fail first grade. What are you learning, bro? You're first learning about adding, or maybe you're learning 2 times 2, nothing higher than that, or maybe long division. That's like 3 lines. Like, it's almost impossible. Maybe when you get to the older grades and you have a disability, then it's like, yeah, it's more understandable because shit gets complicated. But first grade, you're not learning nothing.
That is absolutely no excuse for the evil acts he committed. By only the 8th grade, Kipland was hiding guns in his bedroom and was caught ordering books on how to make bombs and even shoplifting. But these acts are going to seem like child's play when I tell you about the true evil that he committed shortly after. On May 20th, 1988, 15-year-old Kipland was arrested and expelled from his high school in Springfield, Oregon, after a stolen gun was found in his locker. That night, after returning home from being interrogated by the police, the teenager pulled a gun from his secret stash and killed both of his parents. And if the story ended there, it would be a very gruesome tale, but unfortunately, that's only the beginning of the story. The next morning, Kipland brought his entire gun collection to school and opened fire in the cafeteria, killing 2 students and injuring 25 more. Some rather heroic students were able to control the situation until police arrived. And disturbingly, while questioned, Kipland said that he heard voices in his head instructing him to kill, and that he himself wanted to die. He is now serving an 111-year sentence.
No,
Truly an evil.
He said he wanted to die, bro. Just let him die. You know, hit him with the like, if he wants it, bro, give it to him. You don't deserve to live anyways. This man does not deserve to live anyways. Yo, that always scares me. Like, you really gotta think of it, bro. Especially living in America. Like, there's no other countries that ever have to worry about, like, a school shooting, bro. This is the only country that ever has to worry, like, damn. Yo, that quiet kid actually might pull out some shit on me, and I'm done for. That shit is wild to think about. You go to any other country, nobody is scared. Always the same excuse, I have voices in my head. That's what I'm saying, bro. If you have voices in your head, go talk to them. Go have therapy with the voices in your head. How about that? Go have therapy with them. There's a lot of people with voices in their head, and they don't do this.
Individual. Our final entry on this list is maybe one of the most shocking because of how recent it was and also because of how young this evil child was. In 2007, a very young 8-year-old Amarjeet Sada claimed the title of the world's youngest serial killer. Sada was born in a small poor village in India in 1998. In 2006, Sada killed his 6-month-old sister, who was left at a primary school to be taken care of while his mother was running errands. Sada took her out of her crib at the school and brutally murdered her and buried her in a shallow grave, and then later returned home like nothing happened. When questioned by adults whether or not he did such a thing, he freely and proudly admitted to this evil doing and even brought people to the grave. He was arrested, and when questioned by police, simply smiled and asked for cookies. There isn't much more known about this truly.
How was somebody's brain even made like that? That's the thing I'm confused about. How was your brain even made to just be like, oh yeah, can I get cookies? Yeah, I want cookies now. Oreo, please. Chips Ahoy. Bro's a psycho. This is probably beyond psycho. They need to like study this kid's brain. How he just did not care.
A terrifying and tragic case, but one of the most scary elements about it is that he was only sentenced to 3 years under Indian law, and he is now free to live his life however he pleases. I understand he was.
I hope he's still living in India. Hey, bro. United States, please, bro. Make a law where this kid can't come here. Make a law where this kid can't come here. I do not want to see this individual. I don't want to even want to have the thought. I just walked past him. Walked past him like 5 miles away.
Only 8 years old, but that sort of evil activity in a person needs to be monitored long term. But for now, that's all from me. Thank you guys so much for watching this video, and let me know
Thank you. Okay. W channel. Trust me, bro. Hey, y'all go check out this channel. I like these videos. W video. Yeah, so overall, shit's really scary. You know, if you birth a kid, take care of him. Don't leave him. Or else they'll end up like one of these free kids. Okay? They'll end up like one of these free kids. And yeah, if you're watching on the tube, join the Discord.